In today's project diary, I'm going to be out and about to visit a brand new local garden that's been kept fairly secret up until now, so come and join me and see what happens. Hi guys, welcome to Project Diaries, one of my first videos this year. I can't wait to get started. So what I'm basically going to do is, as I'm growing quite a lot this year, the seedlings are a bit behind because of my health problems, but we're still pushing through and the sunshine is going to be great. So today's going to be a slightly filler episode. I'm still getting shadow banned from the looks of it. Barely anybody seeing my new videos. Everyone's seeing my older videos. So if you can see, watch this video all the way through and click like and comment, try and help the algorithm, that'd be great. Try and get this channel back on track. But today I want to take you to a secret garden. Now a friend has only told me about this today. I've got no idea what to expect, but it's in an area I used to go to as a kid. So I want to take you out on the road and go and see what's going on, because I've got loads of expectations for this, so hopefully it'll pull through. So let's go on the road. Oh, and before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone on Patreon and PayPal. You've now allowed me to get a brand new camera, so I will add your name to the end of this video. So this is going to be a bit of a test to see what this lens can do and what an actual camera can do, because I've been using the camera on my phone. It's just an old Samsung, so you really don't need high-tech stuff to launch a YouTube channel. So if you want to do it yourself, highly recommend getting started now. It's the best time to do it. So yeah, let's go and see what this garden's all about. Now today we're heading to a place called Stanmer Park in East Sussex. Now I absolutely love this park. I spent a lot of time here when I was a child, and after filming this video there are some twists and turns and some special guests, so stick around until the end. Now because of the global situation that I can't really talk about on this channel, no one's really been able to get out much, so it's so beautiful to get out on a lovely day like this. Now Stanmer Park has some wonderful little features like Stanmer House, the farm right at the back, there's a beautiful church here and some lovely tea rooms. But today we're going to focus on the brand new gardens that are opening today. This is their first day of opening and I can't wait to have a look around. And already I can see a huge greenhouse that I'm really jealous of. Let's take a look inside. Now it is really early spring, so I'm not expecting too much to be growing at the moment, and obviously this house hasn't really been prepared yet, but it looks beautiful. I could spend all day in here alone. And it's also really good to hear the buzz of really happy, smiley people. This is fantastic. Obviously everyone's keeping their distance, so let's carry on.
Hello, welcome.
How you doing, you alright?
Hi.
What a wonderful friendly start. Lovely staff already.
Look at this, look at this. Oh wow, look at that.
Well, first impressions are key, and I'm absolutely amazed already. Look at the size of this place. Amazing. Well, obviously it being spring, we're going to see lots of daffodils, and yellow's my favourite colour because it makes me so happy. These are also known as trumpet narcissus or pseudonarcissus. I'm glad I put my teeth in today. Now I think these are forget-me-nots. I'm not sure. Those leaves look a little bit different. Let me know in the comments if I've got this wrong. But I love forget-me-nots. And this little beautiful tree here, this is Magnolia. Now I desperately want one of these in the garden. I think the flowers are absolutely beautiful. Obviously it's slightly early in the season so you can't see it in its full glory. But these flowers are absolutely beautiful once they open up. And this entire tree will be full later on in the season. Here's a picture of what they look like in full bloom, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. They've also got abundance of tulips here. Now obviously these have been grown from bulbs, and I've shown you how to grow these, so the link is on the screen now if you want to do them yourself. Slightly early in the season, the flowers just need a little bit more time to mature, but if you look over here, this is a small hydrangea. Now Grandad has loads of these. In fact, his house is called Hydrangea Corner. All the neighbours love it. These grow huge. They're a great bushy perennial and produce these huge pom-pom sized flowers. My nan loved them. Now this is a fantastic sight to see. Traditionally I think people would normally grow climbing roses, but these look like Victoria plums and they're training them up this trellis. This is a fantastic job. I absolutely love what they're doing here with the bamboo and just training them up the wall. These will fruit fantastically. Now these gardens are free to the public and they've really focused on some lovely areas to sit around, maybe read a book, meditate, and these water features are fantastic for me. I love the sound of water, it really relaxes me. And these spaces are fantastic for families. They're also doing a treasure hunt for kids today, so they're all getting involved and having a fantastic time. So these are the nurseries, but this is a restricted area, but I've just been talking to some of the staff members and I think they're going to give me a bit of an access and let me have a look around the back. But I haven't arranged anything today, so we're just going to see if we can do something spontaneous.
So I've found a compost bin, and that's always promising, so hopefully these guys are being organic as well. Now if you want to know how to make one of these, I've done a video before, so the link's on the screen. But I can only see nitrogen. There doesn't seem to be much carbon in these bins, but it is early days. And if you are putting this amount of grass into your bin, make sure that you do spread it out later on, because it may just get a bit bulky. But it looks like they're growing stuff to sell in the kitchen. They could be doing a restaurant. These are fantastic. They've got loads of stuff here. Onions, broccoli, potatoes, and they're giving information about crop rotation. Amazing. Now these cabbages look wonderful. Absolutely amazed at the size of these already this time of year. Looks like they're having a little bit of damage. I can't tell whether that's slug damage or birds, but these raised beds look fantastic. And they've got some companion plants as well. Marigolds are the best, so I've got a link here about marigolds if you want to learn how to grow these. These are fantastic companion flowers. They've also got some lettuce, so it doesn't look like they're having much of a slug problem like me. Slugs absolutely decimated my garden last year, but these are really coming on well. That also looks like some rocket and some peas. Lovely.
No, I run a gardening channel on YouTube.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm just coming to help promote you guys, and
Oh, thanks so much.
that's all good.
Yeah, we've kept it quite a secret, really.
Yeah.
We just weren't sure if we were going to be able to at all.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it's been quite nice to discover it.
it's been fantastic. I didn't know anything about it. My friend told me about it.
The staff are so chatty and friendly here, it's fantastic. I've lost my train of thought, where am I? Oh, rhubarb! Yeah, I love rhubarb. I've actually got a video on rhubarb coming up very soon. And these are sprouting early, love it. We're going to get these twice out of the year, so we get an early harvest and a later harvest with rhubarb. It seems like they've got loads of them, so this is great. There's such an amazing buzz full of families here today. Look at these spaces. Now they've got some fantastic teepee trellises here, so I'm wondering if they're going to be growing beans or something that's going to trail up these. I also think these are berry bushes, so it could be blueberries, could be raspberries, but these look amazing. These are really well structured. They look really strong. We get a lot of wind in this area, so it's really good to keep these sturdy. Now I'm looking over some more beds here. There's lots more tulips, but I think these are artichokes. Now artichokes are the cultivated variety of the thistle. They're basically the bud of the flower before it blooms. This is called the heart. Now these are grown all over the world, but they are native to North Africa and Sicily. You can also find them in France and all over the US. They're also one of the highest containing antioxidant vegetables that you can have in your diet. So these are easy to grow. Now these beautiful and delicate little flowers are called the glory of the snow. I'll put their actual name on the screen because I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But these are absolutely stunning. I love the coloration. And again, it's just so amazing to have this burst of colour so early in the spring. Now these over here look like willows, and the camera, look at the detail of the camera. It's absolutely fantastic for nature photos. Thank you all so much for donating and helping this channel. Your love, support and messages has just been so amazing.
So I've only been here a few hours, and I've managed to hunt down Peter, who's the head gardener, and he's going to allow me to have a little bit of an interview today and give a bit more insight on what's going on with this project. Peter, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a hectic day, but it's been really enjoyable.
Fantastic. One of the best sunny days of the year
Couldn't
so far.
Couldn't have wished for better weather, to be fair.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So, other than what's saying on your t-shirt, what's the project called and what's the aim of it?
So One Garden Brighton is it's a subsidiary part of Plumpton College. So this has been set up obviously for the public, for the local people of Brighton and Hove.
Lovely.
Predominantly, obviously, we're looking at three sections of the enterprise. So we've got the garden, which is open free to the public 7 days a week.
Yep.
Open pretty much 9:30 till 5 every single day. We've got One Garden Market. One Garden Market is an outlet for Plumpton estates, and again lots of really sort of local, very as close as to Brighton as we possibly can.
That's good. I like local. So what did this ground used to be?
So this used to be the growing areas for Brighton and Hove Council. So
Okay.
Brighton and Hove Council used to do all of their nursery growing for all the parks and gardens in the area. Originally, this is the last of the greenhouses that we can see behind us. Originally this was full of 60s, 70s greenhouses that were used for nursery growing for Brighton and Hove city parks.
Because I used to come up here when I was a kid. The nurseries were fantastic.
Yeah. the old Stammer nursery, which was run by Brighton Home Council, moved out about 5 years ago. They obviously ceased selling from this site, and the site has pretty much stayed dormant for pretty much the last 5 years. So Plumpton College, in collaboration with the Heritage Lottery Foundation, Brighton Hove City Council, and Sussex Wildlife Trust. So we've got 6 classrooms now surrounding the wall. So it's a really inspiring place for our students here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
We spend a lot of time out in the garden in their lunch times and break times, and we get the students involved in planting up of the garden as well, management of the garden.
Yeah, I've noticed around here you're also doing lots of edibles and kitchen gardens and things like that.
Yeah, so obviously it's very, I mean, Stammer Wall Garden obviously historically supplied Stammer House for all its fruit and vegetables.
Well, that was a fantastic renovation as well. Always used to go down there.
Yeah.
I used to take Grandad down there quite a lot. He enjoyed the high teas, and obviously because of the global situation that we can't talk about on this channel, that hasn't happened for a while. But yeah, that's also a great place to go and visit if you're around.
But it was really, it's a nod to how the park has been used, really, not just obviously for the production of fruits and vegetables, but obviously how this park as a whole has been used. So one of the more formal gardens that we've got in the front part of the garden, that are all behind you here,
they're fantastic.
are all sort of reflections either on sort of different themes. So we've got our pollinator garden, we've got our all seasons garden, our hot dry garden, a rain garden, which obviously demonstrates how you can manage water and sort of store water in the garden, and how you can sort of get it to flow away. We've also got our Canada garden. So Canadian troops were actually stationed here when Stammer Park was requisitioned, early part of the Second World War. And it's really just an acknowledgement, obviously, as how this park has been used pretty much over the last 300 years. We've got loads and loads of sort of trained fruit, again exactly how it would have been used at the time.
I noticed, is it down there that there was some plums?
Lots of fan trained prunes, cherries, pears,
absolutely.
Pretty much everything, every fruit that we can actually
Well, most people
cram
usually
in.
go for sort of like a climbing rose, but I love the fact you've gone for fruits.
Yeah, we've tried to maximise as much as we can with the walls.
That's amazing. I've noticed you've got some compost bins and stuff here as well.
Yeah, so these areas, again, just behind the camera actually, these are our urban gardens. So we've got an urban production garden and just a general urban sun and shade garden. Most of the gardens in Brighton and Hove tend to be very long and thin. They've always got a wall down the side or a huge hedge, and you're overlooked by neighbours.
Of like small container gardens and people to grow stuff on balconies.
Exactly.
You can pretty much garden anywhere you want. Doesn't matter what size house or garden, or like I say, balconies. You can grow anywhere. So don't be too intimidated.
I mean, and again, the biggest thing about this garden is we want to inspire people as to what they want to do in their own gardens.
Absolutely.
So that's why you'll find that all the individual sort of garden rooms within the main garden are on a size you'd expect to see as a backyard garden.
Yeah, definitely. Some of the raised beds down there as well. I saw that you had some lettuce, cabbages, I think it was marigolds from what I remember, and some...
Yeah, so we've got rhubarb and asparagus all growing together in the big border on the side. We're
Lovely.
hoping they're going to be producing, obviously, for our one garden kitchen.
Yeah, good.
So a lot of the fruit and vegetables and salad crops that we're producing in the garden is obviously then going to go straight into market to be used for our one garden kitchen.
So what's been your most favourite part of this project? How long have you been on the project?
I've been on the project now since sort of December of last year, so just over a year.
Okay.
So I came in just as the wall renovation and listed buildings were all
Was that this wall?
completed. So all of the garden wall you see, I think it's just short of a mile actually of wall you see around the wall garden itself. Every single piece of it obviously restored in line with English heritage requirements.
Fantastic.
As well as the buildings, obviously, just outside the wall, and the Gardener's Cottage are both Grade 2 listed buildings. So I came into the project just as they were actually starting, so it was basically just a big mud pit. There was just a sea of mud everywhere.
So did you plan it, or did you do it in your head and then kind of...
So we've the actual layout of the garden has been designed by Dominic Cole, who was responsible for Eden Project down in Cornwall.
Oh my god, yeah.
So he was on board, obviously, to mainly to get us through the process, obviously, of the heritage issue application process. So he's obviously designed all of the layouts and some of the thematic gardens. So it's obviously given his sort of input into myself and my apprentice Hannah, who...
Well, I spoke to earlier.
Yeah, you spoke to her earlier, and wow, I mean, it's been a long year because obviously again with lockdown requirements, we've not been allowed to have a lot of people on site. So we've got a huge waiting list of volunteers, external volunteers that are waiting to start with us. And obviously until we can actually get the permission obviously to then bring them on site, we've had to very much rely on our student volunteers. Yeah. So I had a really helpful gang of about 12 or 14 student volunteers that have dedicated a lot of time to obviously help us plant this garden up.
That's good.
But yeah, it's pretty much been myself, Hannah, Kate who is supporting us with our plant sales area as well. And then a couple of guys, Alex, Lewis and Harry over at the main site. And then Kate, who is again, she's one of our grounds and gardens team over at Plumpton campus. And she spent obviously a lot of time here with us.
Yeah.
Endless hedging, planting, tree planting, absolutely everything. We've had to turn our hands to absolutely everything in horticulture.
Absolutely fantastic. So which is your favourite spot of the garden?
Hello, Kate.
I'll be absolutely honest, it's the rain garden I think is probably one of my favourite parts. Just behind us over here. It's probably just out of shot actually, but it's probably worth going over a quick
We'll
look
do that
at.
in editing, it'll be fine.
The rain garden is it's one of those gardens that we played with Dominic Cole's original design. Originally it had sort of a lot of stepping stones through it, and it was the swale that runs through that obviously is designed to hold stormwater flowed its way through these stepping stones. Fantastic. And we've played with that design a little bit more to make it almost feel like a sort of riverside walk almost.
Yeah. I noticed as soon as you come through the gates there's just this energy, really nice relaxation place with the water features.
Yeah,
and
it's what I really love about it is the fact that there's so many places to sit and relax and sort of sit and calm and think about sort of what's going around. And although even today when there have been hundreds and hundreds of people here, it's been so peaceful and so relaxing.
I've noticed that.
I think the biggest thing in my head I've noticed is obviously I've been here while we've had a year of contractors here.
Yeah.
And obviously you've got heavy machinery and constant noise and
Industrial
constant
chaos.
chainsaws. And then suddenly it all went quiet and everything just became this serene, peaceful, and I just, it's really selfish, it sounds really awful, but I just love the very end of the day. I'm usually here till sort of 7, 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah, especially now the evenings
Are getting longer. I mean, again, last summer, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening, when I'm the only one in the garden, it's just so peaceful.
Jealous.
But even now, you know, we've still got well over 100 people in the garden at the moment. I like semi-formality. I'm not over-formal. You know, I've built a rose garden, which I'm fingers crossed is going to be so amazing in the summer.
Lovely.
But I like sort of having not everything in its place, but I like the semi-formality of ornamental gardening.
Do you have much disease and stuff? Obviously with the roses you'll get a lot of black spot. And
part of what we're doing here, we're obviously going to be operating on a very sustainable basis. So as far as we can, anything we're going to do is as sustainable as we can make it. We're using no chemicals in this garden whatsoever. So we'll look at alternative solutions. We had an outbreak of gooseberry sawfly last year. It's literally a case of on your hands and knees and pick them all off.
Really? Oh my goodness,
squish them
that's
all
dedication.
off. Or you get you've got to attract the blue tits and the birds in to come and pick them all off and eat them. But yeah, it's looking at all these different solutions rather than always going back to chemicals all the time.
Absolutely.
Again, you know, we've deliberately tried to make sure the garden needs as little water as it can. Sometimes it's been tough, obviously, getting the plants established has needed a lot of watering. Yeah. But once they're actually established, we're looking to do as very little watering as we possibly can. By obviously make sure we're sort of using good mulches on the ground, keep that water locked around the ground. But yeah, all our machinery is all battery powered, so we don't use any petrol machinery in the garden.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's been tough. Yeah. I mean,
it's an easy route, isn't it?
Yeah. But I'll give you the example. Is I mowed the lawns for the first time a week before we opened. Yeah. And it's probably only the second or third time I've used the steel battery mowers.
Back-breaking job.
It's no different to mowing, but the only thing you have to plan ahead is that you've got 2 batteries. Yeah. And how long they're going to last. And I know now I can't do all the lawns in one hit. Yeah. I've got to do half the lawn. I mean, it's huge lawn areas anyway. Yeah. But I have to do half the lawns in the evening and then half the lawns the following morning. That's just because I've got to recharge the batteries. I like it. I love the fact I'm not using petrol. And everything's quiet and everything's peaceful.
You can hear it now, like you say, there's over 100 people still here, and you still hear the birds, and everything's fantastic.
I mean, that's the thing, is that obviously behind the camera you've got this wall of forest, and you can almost feel these eyes watching you, waiting for everyone to go home, and then suddenly all the wildlife comes back into the garden, and it all just... Downside is the pigeons come down here with my cabbages. But,
yeah, I did notice you had a lot of cabbage damage. I wasn't sure if it was snails or pigeons.
I'm going to have to resort to nets and things like that. I don't like, people are here to try and see things, and when you've got to look through a net, but you've got to do something. We've got to feed the masses that are obviously going to come into one garden pigeon. So.
And obviously it's April, so it's kind of early in the season. You've got sort of tulips and I don't know what other flowers you had down there. I haven't had a chance to look at it all properly yet.
Oh, there's all sorts coming up at the moment. I mean, we've got a lot of euphorbia, lots of amazing hellebores at the moment. A lot of a lot of spring and summer flower and bulbs. In total, with all the bulbs, I think we've planted about 10, maybe 11,000 bulbs in the garden so far. Wow. There's well over 50 or 60 trees planted. Plants, general sort of perennials, we're in the 8,000 to 9,000, well over 20,000 sort of individual plants from planting garden.
It's amazing.
The last 6 months. It's been hard work.
It's paying off already.
It's paying off already.
It might seem like there's a lot of twigs and things, but obviously as the season progresses, they'll just blossom. And
what I love, I've overheard comments of, there are a lot of people said, oh, it's just, when it's established, it's going to look amazing, it's going to look really great. And you sort of know everything that's in the ground, and it's not even showing its head yet. Yeah. There's so much stuff in that ground, and
I can't wait.
It's going to spring up, and I'm looking forward to June. I keep saying to everyone, I'm looking forward to June. Yeah. Because June is probably going to be the height of when everything's going.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we get a bit more people sort of flowing through as well. The rules might ease up a bit.
Yeah, hopefully, I say by then we'll be fully out of lockdown, and you can just enjoy it to your heart's content then, without having to worry about queues and limits and numbers.
Well, I'll leave it here today. I can't shake your hand, but thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you so much for coming.
I'm going to take a look and see what else is around.
Yeah,
thanks a lot.
Have a look round. Cheers, thanks very much.
Bye-bye.
Now, I'm not going to take too much advantage of Pete allowing me to look behind the scenes, but I really wish I could get in here. But it looks like they've got so much growing at the moment. Like he says, I can't wait to come back in sort of peak summer when everything's really established and full out in bloom, so I could see everything that they're trying to build here. But yeah, what I would do with a place like this, what a greenhouse. Let's go on to the next one and see what's in there. This is a little piece of gardening heaven here. Look at the wheelbarrows, and everything's really well managed. It's quite empty at the moment, like I say, it's not even growing season properly yet, but just the space and the amount of sunlight and everything. Look at this. I cannot wait to come back. And they're using peat-free multi-purpose compost. Now, if you don't know already, peat isn't a sustainable material to use in compost, and I just love the fact that they're going organic. Now, this place is winding down, so I've got a lot of it to myself, but it is absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to come back. What a beautiful piece of land, and what a fantastic project. So if you're ever in East Sussex in the UK, I highly recommend you come into Stanmer Park and come and visit the One Garden Brighton. Whether you're looking to buy some lovely new plants, get an organic bite to eat, or just have somewhere fantastic to chill out and relax, this place seems to have it all, and I can't wait to come back. A big thank you to all the amazing friendly staff here. Huge thank you to Hannah. I'm really sorry, I did actually do an interview with her, but the footage didn't come out too well. But a big thank you to Pete for the interview as well. So it's now the end of the day, and all the general public have gone home, and they've allowed me to stick around just so I can have a little view of the gardens myself, and it has been absolutely fantastic. There is so much to view here, and like I say, it's only April and there's so much to grow and sprout and bloom. So I'm just going to keep coming back every season just to see what happens and how the garden is going to progress. But it's been amazing. It's been also inspiring because obviously we've all been stuck indoors for a while with this global situation, and it's just nice to get back out with the sunshine and see so much life and things that are just going on. So I'm really jealous of the greenhouses behind me. But anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you're in East Sussex, then come to Stanmer Park because this place is absolutely amazing. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again next time. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody who supported this channel this year. I know I found it really difficult to produce videos, but thank you all sincerely for sticking around, be it just through general support, messages, Patreon or PayPal. Thank you all so much. I really hope I can get back to my regular routine soon. If you'd like to keep up to date on all of my future videos, you can click the subscribe button here. Here are some links to some of my regular gardening videos. And don't forget to join the Facebook gardening group where thousands of people are sharing photos and ideas daily. Thanks for watching, and I really hope I can return with more gardening videos soon. Take care.